You know, guys, at this point, I don't know what to say about Gayton McKenzie anymore. I actually believe that Gayton McKenzie has become totally hopeless. If you listen to Gayton McKenzie speak today, you would swear that Gayton McKenzie was given a membership of the ANC last week and he's still excited to be the new member of the African National Congress. This is how he sounds. And me personally, I believe that Gayton McKenzie doesn't care anymore. I think that Gayton McKenzie doesn't care, especially about the promises that he has made to the people that voted for Patriotic Alliance. Because if you remember, this guy before the elections was speaking Abahambe. This guy was speaking about the illegal foreigners and the mess that these illegal foreigners are doing in this country. If you make sense of that, this guy was basically challenging the ANC because the ANC is the one that is responsible for all the mess that is happening in the country. The ANC, it is the one that is responsible for all of these foreign nationals that are in the country and that are committing heinous crimes. If there's a single organization that needs to be held accountable for the mess that this country is facing today, it is the African National Congress. But no, if you listen to Gayton McKenzie, if you listen to Hemena Mashaba, you would swear that these people are the new members of the ANC. That's why I'm saying that they don't care anymore. They don't care anymore. And Gayton McKenzie, it is a classic example of power corrupts. If you want to look at someone who was actually corrupted by the power, look no further than Gayton McKenzie. He was screaming Abahambe. He was screaming that I need to be made the Minister of Home Affairs. President Ramaphosa, please make me the Minister of Police because I want to work for the people of this country. I'm telling you now, even if Gayton McKenzie was given the post to be the Minister of Home Affairs, he was still going to be useless. If he was given the post to be the Minister of Police, he was still going to be useless because if you listen to Gayton McKenzie, the only thing that Gayton McKenzie is loyal to, it is the African National Congress. The only person that Gayton McKenzie is loyal to, it is Cyril Ramaphosa. He doesn't care about his supporters. He doesn't care about the fact that he will go on stage and praise the ANC and praise the policies of the ANC and say nothing about the policies of his own political party. And I think this is the reason why these people actually hate the Democratic Alliance, because if you look at the Democratic Alliance, despite being in the government of national unity, they still stand for something. But people like Gayton McKenzie, people like Shabisa, people like Nyonso from the PAC, these people have actually given up. These people believe that the ANC, it is the one that should rule this country until Jesus Christ comes back. They don't care that the ANC has lost the elections and they cannot make some of the decisions alone anymore. They still pushes for the ANC to be the ones that is only respected. Like, it is so sad, man. It is so sad to see. You remember Hemen Mashaba during this VAT saga. He was saying that no, we are voting with the ANC because we need to stop the Democratic Alliance from exploiting the ANC. Can you tell me why the leader of Action SA cares about what the leaders of Democratic Alliance are doing to the leaders of the African National Congress? This guy was saying, no, we need to defend the ANC because the DA is trying to exploit the ANC and we cannot allow the DA to exploit the ANC. I mean, the only question is, why do you even care? Why do you even care that the ANC is fighting with the DA? Why do you feel the need to get in there and to take the side of the African National Congress? What about the people that actually voted for Action SA? Because most of the people that voted for Action SA, they did so because you said that you will never work with African National Congress. You pointed at the DA and said that these people said that they will never work with African National Congress, but they essentially caved. But me, I am Hemen Mashaba. I am not going to cave. I'm not going to work with African National Congress. Today, Hemen Mashaba, it is the biggest defender of African National Congress. Same with Gayton McKenzie. I mean, you know, I was watching this video of Gayton McKenzie earlier on today, guys. I still have flu. This is the reason why I have not been uploading. I still have flu. I'm sure that some of you can actually hear. I'm speaking from my noses. I was watching this conference of a State of the Nation, and the way that Gayton McKenzie was actually speaking about the African National Congress. This is totally despicable, man. This is despicable, especially for a leader of a political party that is supposed to be there in the GNU to ensure that the ANC does not get away with some of the crimes that these people are committing. This is despicable, that a leader of a political party that is supposed to oppose the ANC whenever that is necessary is there singing the praises of the ANC. This guy is just happy to be the minister. And I think that Cyril Ramaphosa saw it. He said that this guy, the only thing he wants to be is the minister. This guy just wants to work in the government. So if we give him a stupid portfolio, maybe he will shut up. And Cyril Ramaphosa was right. This guy was given to be the Minister of Sports, Art and Culture, and he has never said a word about the policies of Patriotic Alliance. He has never said a word since he was appointed as the Minister of Sports, Art and Culture. I'm sure that he doesn't want to piss off the ANC. This is how I interpret Gayton McKenzie whenever I'm listening to him. He is very calculative. He is praising the ANC members that should be condemned for turning this country into a shithole. Gayton McKenzie is praising these people and holding these people in the highest regard. And it is so shameful, man, to see. It is so shameful to see. Just listen to what this guy is going to say.
Now, here's what pisses me off. Instead of us coming to South Africa and say, well, we won a battle for you. We brought VAT down to 0.5. No, the DA is not doing that.
I mean, just listen to that. So Gayton McKenzie, a multi-millionaire, he wants South Africans to clap hands for them for voting for a fiscal framework that has 0.5 VAT increase. This guy, he wants South Africans to clap hands for him for voting for a VAT increase. He wants to say that, no, the ANC initially came with 2 percentage points, and we, as the partners of the GNU, we said that we cannot stand for this 2 percentage point. And now that you guys are talking about 0.5 percentage point, let's clap hands for the Minister of Finance. Let's clap hands for the Minister of Finance. Now he's criticizing the DA that said that, no, we don't want anything to do with the VAT because there is no need for these people to actually increase the VAT. There is absolutely no need. You guys can actually get the money from all over the place. There is no need for you guys to increase the VAT. But according to Gayton McKenzie, dropping the VAT from 2 percentage point to 0.5 in 2 years, essentially 1 percentage point, it is a win. And South Africans that are already struggling today, they must clap hands for the fact that the ANC has came with a 0.5 VAT increase. Oh my God. I honestly don't know how I'm going to go through this video, man. I don't know how I'm going to go through this video because this is so upsetting to me. This is absolutely upsetting to me. Why are you guys giving the ANC the leeway to continue to destroy the lives of the people of this country? You are giving the ANC the leeway to say that whatever that the ANC proposes, we are there for it. We are there for it. Gayton McKenzie is standing there pretending like he was never for the 2 percentage point. He was for the 2 percentage point. You remember after the ANC, you remember when it was discussed that the budget might include, or the fiscal framework might actually include the 2 percentage point. Gayton McKenzie and his political party, they came out and said that we are for the VAT increase. We are for the VAT increase. This guy and Hlabisa, they were going to vote for the ANC regardless. It doesn't matter if the VAT was 2 percentage point. It doesn't matter if the VAT is now 1 percentage point. These people were still going to vote with the ANC. So for him to stand there and pretend like, no, we didn't want the 2 percentage point. We were never going to vote with these people with the 2 percentage point. But now that these people have came with the 0.5 percentage point, we are going to vote for them. And you, as South Africans that are struggling, you must just continue to pay for these people's incompetence. Because this is what these people basically asked from South Africans, to continue to pay for their corruption, to continue to pay for their incompetence. And Gayton McKenzie sees that as a win. He sees that as a win. So if Patriotic Alliance is going to get a couple of votes in the 2026, everyone who voted for Gayton McKenzie, he deserves everything that is going to happen to them. These people that continue to vote for these political parties and these politicians that are taking advantage of them, they deserve everything that is coming to them.
They say the DA will fight for you, there will be no VAT. Now, if you think the ANC is just going to get rid of VAT, it's not going to happen. But we've already had the victory. And then the DA had to go over the finishing line. Do you know how much our economy, the distress of the markets, the anxiety of the people has been caused by this 0.5? If you look at it, it's probably 0.05% of the total budget. But we've lost billions. We've lost billions because the DA wants to showboat and you don't want to accept that.
I mean, like, what are those billions actually doing for average South Africans? Because you guys in government, you can say that, no, we have lost billions. They used to give me 3 cars. Now they are giving me two cars. Polo Mashatile, they used to give me 10 cars, but now they are giving me 7 cars. Oh, poor me. I used to have 10 security personnel, but now I have 7 security personnel. Those billions are doing nothing for the people on the ground. Those billions that Gayton McKenzie is talking about, what are they doing for the people on the ground? Nothing. Nothing. So those billions, the reason why they are feeling them, it is because they up in the government, they are the ones that are feeling the pain because they are the ones that are supposed to benefit. But you cannot stand there and pretend like South Africans are angry with the fact that we have lost billions. Just look at the mess that the ANC has caused in this country. How much money was actually stolen from the government? How much money has the ANC stolen ever since they took power from 1994? And now you are going to cry because the DA opposed the ANC. So I think these people actually need to tell us at this point, which is a political party that is worse? Do you think a political party that has never governed the country, the DA, it is worse than a political party that has been governing this country for the past 30 years and basically destroying this country? Do you think that the DA compares with the ANC when it comes to the damage that they have done to the people of this country? So why are you angry? Because the DA opposed the VAT increase. Why are you angry? I honestly do not understand. I don't understand.
They are showboating. They are beating the chest. Where does Bella come into the budget discussion? It's like arguing with your wife about leaving the toilet seat up and then she talks about what you did in 1986.
I mean, like, you know, guys, every time when they say that these people are, I hate to admit, man, but the EFF was actually right about these people. The EFF was right about these people. Because if there's one thing that these people do not understand, it is politics. In politics, you use your leverage. You use your leverage. That's why every time when I hear these people saying that, no, the DA wanted to do this, the DA wanted the ANC to scrap the Bella bill, it is because the DA, it is there to represent their constituency, and they understand that their constituency, they hate the Bella bill, they hate the NHI, they hate this Land Expropriation Act. The DA understands that our people, the people that vote for the Democratic Alliance, they hate these policies. And if we get a chance, we are going to squeeze the ANC to remove these policies. And that is politics, using your leverage to get what you want. But these people are pretending like, no, the DA committed the worst sin. Why? Because these people are there to represent the interest of the ANC. They are not there to represent the interest of the people that actually voted for them. Because Gayton McKenzie could have just said, no, I am not going to vote for this VAT increase if you don't do anything about these illegal foreigners that are causing havoc in this country. Because the only reason why people voted for Gayton McKenzie to start with, it is because he promised the people of this country that he's going to get rid of the illegal foreigners. But he hasn't got rid of the illegal foreigners. And he hasn't used any leverage that he has to say, the ANC, I'm not going to vote with you. I'm not going to allow you to do 1, 2, 3. Because I want you to actually take action against these illegal foreigners that are abusing the resources that are paid for by hardworking South Africans. He is not using his leverage because he does not believe that the ANC needs to be held accountable. He does not believe that despite being in the GNU, you still need to represent your constituents. I don't understand how these people approach politics. I don't want to lie. I don't understand how these people approach politics. Because if you approach politics, you need to understand that at every single turn, you are there to represent the constituents. I mean, do you think that if the EFF gets into the GNU, do you think that the EFF is going to roll over and allow the ANC to do as they please? Do you think if the EFF gets into the GNU, do you think that these people are going to allow Cyril Ramaphosa to do as they please and without actually getting anything that they want? These people, they told you that we have 7 cardinal pillars, and these 7 cardinal pillars are non-negotiable. This is what the EFF is saying. And they did say that even if we are in the GNU, we are going to fight for these seven non-negotiable cardinal pillars of the EFF, because we believe that the people that voted for the EFF, they want us to pursue these policies of the EFF. Gayton McKenzie has totally forgotten why he was voted for the people of this country to go into parliament. He has totally forgotten why he was voted in to be there where he is today. He believes that the ANC, no, you cannot even use your leverage against the ANC. This is politics. Can somebody please pour some hot water on the face of Gayton McKenzie and make him wake up and realize that this is politics? It is politics. You know, speaking of this Bella Bill and speaking of what, I remember many people, especially the supporters of the DA, I remember many of them saying that, guys, I don't want to lie. You know, when it comes to removing these policies, these radical policies of the ANC, I don't mind paying a little extra so that these policies cannot be implemented. This is what the supporters of the DA were saying, that if push comes to shove, if the ANC says, okay, we are scrapping these policies, okay, I don't mind paying extra. This is what the supporters of the DA were basically saying. So when the DA goes into the GNU and tries to squeeze the ANC, you need to understand that these people are representing their constituency, unlike you, when you are simply there to represent Cyril Ramaphosa. You are nothing alike. You guys are nothing alike.
1986, you text that woman, if there was even text that time. That has nothing to do. So we can't be doing a power play at this stage where people are so positive about the GNU. When we travel,
like, guys,
travel, I'm just from London. The only question I got, the GNU, will it survive? We are dealing here with our country. And now we must now fight, because the DA wants to prove a point and the ANC wants to prove a point. We must never, ever find ourselves again where we are now. Because let me tell you what I was listening to.
So basically, Gayton McKenzie is saying that, guys, allow the ANC to do as they please. Allow the ANC to do as they please. Give ANC everything they want. Give ANC everything they want. Because if you dare try to question the ANC, according to Gayton McKenzie, you have committed a huge sin. Because this is the government of national unity and there's no room for any power play. There's only room for the policies of the ANC. There's only room for what the ANC says. When it comes to other members of the GNU, there is no room for these people to even utter a word. These are not my words, but these are the words of Gayton McKenzie. This is what he has basically said, that I love Cyril Ramaphosa and everything that Cyril Ramaphosa is saying, it is going to pass with me. And if you guys dare try to question Cyril Ramaphosa, I'm going to go on one of the most controversial or one of the most popular podcasts in this country, State of the Nation, and shame you guys for trying to challenge the ANC, because the ANC are the kings and queens of this world and nobody has an authority to question the ANC. Like, this is so absolutely pathetic, man. This is pathetic. I don't want to lie. This is pathetic, even for Gayton McKenzie. Absolutely pathetic.
To Dr. Cronje asking a question saying, will the DA attempt to remove Cyril Ramaphosa? It's you. You know, you are playing with fire. Let me tell you why you play with fire. Any person who wants to remove Cyril that will vote, I can tell you the party I stand for will never be part of anything to remove Cyril Ramaphosa. And I'll tell you why. What you must understand is that the ANC was always blessed with level-headed people that understand the economy. is that
Amen. Guys, did you hear that? Did you guys hear that?
I tell you why. What you must understand is that the ANC was always blessed with level-headed people that understand the economy.
So why haven't they improved the economy? Why haven't they improved the economy since they are the experts of the economy? You look at how the economy is going today, and you think that this is the best that we can do under the ANC. I mean, like, can you just imagine? This is some of the things that Gayton McKenzie is saying. And this is the reason why we are saying that this guy is completely hopeless. Is absolutely hopeless at this point. And there's no need for Patriotic Alliance to continue existing after this speech. Gayton McKenzie might as well disband the Patriotic Alliance and liquidate it into the African National Congress. Because how can he say something so ridiculous? How can he honestly say something so ridiculous? Just look at how many people are sitting at home unemployed. Just look at the unemployment rate and tell me if you think that these people, they understand the economy. Because if you have the people that understand the economy in the government, it is supposed to reflect on the ground. Millions and millions of people are sitting at home unemployed. The people that can actually work are sitting at home unemployed under the ANC. More and more people have lost their jobs under the ANC. The companies in this country, they have actually left, leaving people with no livelihood because of the ANC, because the ANC cannot even keep the lights up. They cannot even keep the lights up. People do not have water today. And Gayton McKenzie is standing there telling South Africans how brilliant these people are with the economy. Then if these people are so brilliant, why are so many people sitting at home unemployed and not working? Why are companies leaving? Why are companies leaving? Why are people not coming into this country and actually investing? If these people are so brilliant with the economy. Oh my God. You know, guys, I don't usually run out of things to say on this platform. I honestly don't usually run out of things to say on this platform. But at this moment, I cannot help it. I honestly don't have anything to say about what this guy has literally just said. I swear, I don't have anything to say.
I'm going to repeat that, and I'm going to tell you why I'm saying that. The ANC has always been blessed with level-headed people that understand the economy. This has been the saving grace. If you ask me, do I want expropriation without compensation? Deep down in my heart, when I'm alone, yes, I want it. I want white people also to feel how my grandfather felt when he was told, pack your bags. I want to take the land. I want to take the land. But if I have to vote on it, I will never. Because I understand the markets.
It is a lie. Gayton McKenzie will never vote against the ANC. Let's get that one very clear. Gayton McKenzie will never vote against the ANC. He will never vote against the ANC. So do not listen to this guy when he says that, no, I will not vote for this. No. He has proven himself to be the lapdog of the ANC. He has proven himself to be a useless guy that was supposed to stand for the people on the ground. So why is he standing there pretending like he can actually vote against his Messiah, Cyril Ramaphosa? He cannot do that. He cannot do that. And he must not even be allowed to lie to these people of this country to say that I can vote against the ANC. You literally said that if there's a motion of no confidence against this incompetent president that hasn't achieved anything in the past 8 years, you would actually vote to protect this guy. What has Cyril Ramaphosa achieved in the past 8 years? What is it that we can point at and say that this is what Cyril Ramaphosa has achieved since he became the president of this country? What is it that Cyril Ramaphosa has achieved since he became the president of this country? So if you were going to defend President Ramaphosa, on what grounds? On what grounds? On what grounds? What are you going to tell the people that voted for you and say that this is the reason why I voted to protect the president? What has he achieved? Nothing. I dare the supporters of Ramaphosa to actually come on the comment sections and tell us what is it that Ramaphosa has achieved since he became the president of the country. Because in 2009, this guy lied to South Africans. This guy lied to South Africans. He lied. This guy said that, no, I'm going to make sure that the NPA, it is fully equipped so that we can deal with these corrupt politicians. We are going to build a smart city. These are just some of the promises that Ramaphosa has made to the people of this country. And he was saying, Tumamina, send me, Tumamina. I can actually get things done for you. And the people of this country, because of how Ramaphosa was actually sold, they believed Ramaphosa because they looked at Ramaphosa and said that this guy is a businessman. Clearly, this guy knows how to speak with the people that are conducting business. It is going to be easy for Ramaphosa to convince the business to come back into the country so that people can work and find their dignity. This is the reason why many people were actually optimistic about the future when Ramaphosa became the president of the country. Because they looked at this guy to say that this guy, it is a billionaire. There's no way. There's absolutely no way that he's going to touch a cent from the state coffers. Because this guy already has his own money. I don't think that he cares about the little change in the government. But can we say that about Ramaphosa today? Can we say that about Ramaphosa today? If there's one thing, there's only one thing that Ramaphosa has actually achieved, is to turn these people that opened the political parties, lying to South Africans to say that these political parties are the alternatives to the ANC, to the DA, to the EFF. If you don't want to vote for the ANC, DA, and EFF, vote for us because we represent the alternatives. Ramaphosa has actually achieved turning these people into their lapdogs. If there's one thing that he has achieved, is turning people like Musimaimane, Gayton McKenzie, Herman Mashaba, Songeso Zibi into his lapdogs because they are doing the damage control for him at this point. They are running around defending Ramaphosa with their bodies. They are doing that. That is the only thing that Ramaphosa has achieved since he became the president of the country. And I don't want to lie, I will give it to him. It is hard to actually turn the people that used to criticize you into your lapdogs. Like, it is hard work. I give it to him.
I understand the markets. I understand that once you expropriate without compensation, once there's no property rights, you have no country left. The country becomes uninvestable. I understand that. And for that reason, I will never vote for expropriation without compensation. It's an emotional thing for black people. It's not as simple as Mike made it here. Black people are going to lose their houses, but he doesn't say what white people are going to lose. You're going to lose your farms. Our houses is nothing compared to your houses. So we might lose our house and then get your house.
And guys, let me tell you something. You know, In this country, so many people are unemployed. And this land issue, it is only popular within the politicians. Regular South Africans do not care about the land. Do not allow these politicians to actually lie to you and make you believe that regular South Africans, they care about the land. Regular South Africans do not give a whiff about the land. The people simply want to work so that they can provide for their families. This is what the people want. This is only popular with the politicians. It's only popular with the politicians. And anybody who believes that the politicians are going to give you the land, then I have a bridge in Ventersburg to sell to you. I have a bridge in Senegal to sell to you. Because these people are not going to give you the land. They are not going to give you the land. There is not a single politician or a political party that is going to give the people the land. If you look at the people that have been given the land, many people have actually been given the land. They have sold that land because they are now realizing that having a farm, it is not a child's play. You need a lot of money to actually develop that farm into something. And the same people that gave you a farm are not even helping you with the resources to turn that thing into a workable thing. So they are selling that land. They are selling that land. The question is, what do you think South Africans would choose? To be given a land or a salary of 30,000 rands per month? Do you think that South Africans would actually go for the land instead of getting a job that is going to pay them, maybe let's say 30,000 rands per month? This is my question to you.
And these are the facts that no politician is willing to put their neck out to say. Expropriation without compensation does not work anymore in this world. Don't go far. Zimbabwe. I couldn't believe. Last week, Zimbabwe said they need the white people back. I was like, I remember I was eating a muffin. And I told Kenny, I said, Kenny, did you read here? He said, what? I said, the Zimbabwe wants the white people back and they're paying them $20,000 for chasing them away. Kenny said, gee, are you sure that's not a Dhaka muffin or a... So I'm saying to you that expropriation without compensation, the ANC is not just, it has been taken out of context. But MK and the EFF, no matter what we think of them, they're very clear. We will expropriate without compensation. Now, go ahead. Toy was this idea. That you want to put the ANC in a position to go with EFF. Malema's no stupid. Zuma is definitely not as stupid. You push the ANC far enough, they will have, you leave the DA is busy pushing the ANC, and with your cheering them on, yes, go. Sir, you are fucking around with your children's future. There will be no child of yours that will be left in this country if we continue not calling out the DA for what has happened.
Like, do you see how disingenuous Gayton McKenzie is? Like, this is so disingenuous. For the first, when you speak, you are praising Ramaphosa, and now you are pretending like you are standing for something. At the end of the day, he is defending the ANC. He is defending the ANC. He is defending the ANC. This is what he's doing. This is what he's doing. Do not push the ANC. Do everything that the ANC say you must do. Because if you dare question the ANC might as well go and work with the EFF and Umkhonto weSizwe Party, and you don't want that. You don't want the ANC to work with the Umkhonto weSizwe Party and the EFF. So do everything that the ANC say you must do. This is what he's saying. I'm just shocked that he's not being blunt about it. Because normally when he speaks, he's blunt about things that he say. But it seems like Gayton McKenzie has actually learned to speak like a politician. He has learned the language of politicians. This is what he sounds like. To say, no, you must condemn the DA for trying to challenge the ANC. Because if the DA is not condemned for challenging the ANC might as well go and make a big mistake and work with these radical political parties. And you would have nobody to blame but yourself. If you don't want a situation where the ANC works with the EFF and Umkhonto weSizwe Party, you must just abide by the ANC. You must just do everything that the ANC says. This guy is talking about a political party that has lost the elections. He's telling South Africans that do not push a political party that has lost the elections. The time of the ANC is done. The time of the ANC is done. We cannot allow Gayton McKenzie to try to make the ANC fall softly. The ANC needs to be pushed as hard as possible. They need to be pushed as hard as possible. But him, no. This is not how he sees it. And now he's trying to make, he's trying to guilt trip the people into supporting the ANC. This is what he's doing. And if you are going to fall for this, you will have nobody to blame but yourself. You will have nobody to blame but yourself. I don't believe that a political party that has turned everything upside down in this country for the past 30 years should be treated with the kids' gloves. No. No. No.
This whole fight of VAT, I put squarely at the door of the day. Don't tell me about NHI. Don't tell me about Bella. We've had a chance to fight over those things. What if we bring up apartheid? You can't bring all things. You are shifting the goalpost. We're talking about VAT.
Like Gayton McKenzie, he simply wants people to be narrow-minded like he is. The reason why these policies are being discussed is because the ANC forcefully pushed these policies into the GNU. And these policies are the policies of the 6th administration where the ANC was still in charge. So you cannot tell me that the ANC that has lost the election can come with the policies and say that, guys, these policies are from the previous administration. And during the previous administration, we had the majority. Now that we don't have the majority anymore, we still want to implement these policies by force. And if you dare say anything, Gayton McKenzie is there to tell you that, no, just focus on VAT. What do you mean? The GNU, it is not the continuation of the last administration. Can somebody please remind Gayton McKenzie that the GNU, it is not the continuation of the last administration? So if you don't want people to speak about these policies, I'm sorry. The ANC was also in the wrong to forcefully push for these policies in the GNU. But after all, the ANC is doing what the supporters of the ANC wants them to do. You are talking about two political parties that are unapologetically representing their constituency. The ANC and the DA in the GNU, the reason why they fight so much, it is because they represent the people that vote for their political parties. And they have two separate ideologies. Their ideologies, they always clash. Their ideology always clash. And the reason why they will always clash is because they represent the people that have different sets of values. So you cannot expect a single political party to sit down and capitulate when another political party is pushing its policies. The ANC did not win the elections. They did not win the elections. So why is the ANC implementing the policies of the ANC inside the GNU, whereas the ANC didn't win the elections? Does it make any sense that the ANC can implement the policies of the ANC inside the GNU, whereas the ANC didn't win the elections? Man, this guy is making me furious, man. I don't want to lie. He's making me furious.
Nobody wants VAT. No one.
If you didn't want VAT, then why did you vote for it? Why did you vote for it? And this is a gaslighting that South Africans must not even allow. Because the people that continue to say that, Nobody wants VAT. We don't want VAT. These are the people that actually voted for the VAT. You voted for the VAT. You voted for the VAT increase. You remember that you said that South Africans must clap hands for the 0.5 VAT increase, because 0.5 VAT increase, it is a win compared to 2 percentage point. So don't say that nobody wants VAT. Why are you saying that nobody wants VAT? Because clearly you want VAT. You voted for the VAT. You did say that 0.5 VAT increase, it is a win. You don't even listen to yourself when you speak. You don't listen to yourself when you speak.
I had to go and explain to my people why I voted for the framework. And why am I going to vote for 0.5%? Because once again, our government is not good in communicating. They should have said that they are increasing the grants. They should have said that we have another choice, not we want to go and borrow some money. We can borrow some money, but we don't want to burden the future youth with more debt.
How about the irregular expenditure in the government? How about the corruption in the government? How about these monies that keeps disappearing in the government? Are you going to say anything about the irregular expenditure of these people in government? Are you going to say anything about the bloated cabinet of Ramaphosa that costs over 1 billion rand per year? Are you going to say anything about that? Are you going to say anything about the blue lights that are acting as bosses in the highways of this country? Are you going to say anything about all of these security personnel that you guys have, that you essentially do not need? How about the irregular expenditure? I mean, guys, how many articles have you read where they speak about a certain province has spent 90 billion rands on the irregular expenditure? Somewhere, 90 billion rands has disappeared. He says nothing about the corruption that is happening in the government that is costing a lot of money. He says nothing about the fact that the administration of Ramaphosa, they need to work on these people that are committing corruption inside the government so that there won't be any irregular expenditure. Because now, what is the point of asking South Africans to continue to pay more if you guys are not going to do anything about the people that are misusing the funds? So it is okay for the people in the government to continue misusing the funds and to expect the South Africans to pay for that. Do you think that it is fair on South Africans to continue paying for these corrupt politicians that are misusing the funds? Oh God. They want you to pay for the incompetence of these people that don't know what they are doing. Gayton McKenzie is absolutely okay with you paying to subsidize the corruption that is happening in the government. And he will never condemn anything that is wrong that is happening in the government. He is condemning a political party that actually came with the solutions to say that these are things that we need to cut if we want to spend, if we want to save money. He is condemning a political party that came with the solutions that said these are things that we need to cut for us to save a bit of money. No, he's fine with the ministerial pegs. He's fine with these pegs in the government. He's fine with the pegs in parliament. He's fine with everything that is happening in the government. But South Africans must continue to pay for that. This is what this guy is telling us, essentially, that you guys need to continue to pay while these people are wasting the money. You must pay while we, the kings and queens of South Africa, continue to waste the money. Like, this is so pathetic, man. It is pathetic. I don't want to lie. This is absolutely pathetic for a leader of a political party that is supposed to ensure that the ANC does not do as they please because the ANC didn't win the elections. It is pathetic.
But these are uncomfortable things. I can see how some of you said you're very uncomfortable. Good. You must hear these things, that we are in this trouble. You know, in soccer, when the coach says you want to make a change, you have the guys outside warming up. Malema's warming up. He's warming up. Zuma's warming up. Do you really want it? Are you saying to me where you are sitting that 2 percentage points, they're what they wanted to implement, and we got 0.5? Are you saying that's not a win?
Why do you... Gayton McKenzie, there's this thing of people speaking from both sides of their mouth. You just said that you don't want VAT. Nobody wants the VAT. But right now you are telling South Africans that 0.5 is a win. And nobody is going to tell the ANC what to do. Because right now you are trying to fearmonger the people into supporting the ANC, because if people do not support the ANC is going to work with these two radical political parties, the EFF and Umkhonto we Sizwe Party. But I'm sure, or I don't know where have you guys been living, but the president of this country, Cyril Ramaphosa, did say that he's open to the idea of these political parties coming into the GNU. He's open to the idea of the EFF and Umkhonto we Sizwe Party coming into the GNU. So the DA does not have to upset the ANC for the ANC to go out and squeeze these political parties into the GNU. Ramaphosa himself, he did say that I am open to speaking with the EFF, I am open to speaking with the MK party. These political parties, if we reach agreements, they can come into the GNU. So I don't know why he's trying to fearmonger the people and to try to make people to think that if the ANC works with the EFF and Umkhonto we Sizwe Party, it will not be the fault of the ANC, but it will be the fault of the political parties that keeps challenging the ANC. He doesn't want to hold the ANC accountable for nothing. The ANC must never be held accountable for nothing, according to Gayton McKenzie. And everything that the ANC does, it is not their responsibility, it is the responsibility of somebody else. This guy pretending like, yo guys, what if the ANC works with these people? The ANC already told you. The faction of the ANC that is opposing Ramaphosa, that is probably going to take out Ramaphosa in 2027. They are going to bring in Umkhonto we Sizwe Party and the EFF. It won't be because of the DA. It won't be because of the Freedom Fund Plus. It won't be because of other political parties that are looking at the ANC and saying, no, we cannot support it. It will be because solely of the ANC. These two political parties that you are talking about are the original ANC. The EFF comes from the ANC. The EFF, they have learned their politics from the ANC. Umkhonto we Sizwe Party, it comes from the ANC. So if these three political parties decide to work together, this is the ANC. This is the ANC. And there are a lot of people inside the ANC today that actually have an appetite of this happening. And these people might actually take out Ramaphosa in 2027. So do not try to set other political parties as the fall guy for the mess that the ANC is going to find itself in. Because in 2027, there will be a mess inside the ANC. Do you think if Panyaza Lesufi becomes the president of the ANC, do you think that this guy is not going to invite the EFF and Umkhonto we Sizwe Party? Then clearly you are out of your mind if you think that someone like Paul Mashatile, if he becomes the president of the ANC, he's actually not going to push for these political parties to get into the GNU. You will be out of your mind totally. And it has nothing to do with the DA. It has nothing to do with other political parties that are pushing back on the ANC. It has everything to do with what the ANC is trying to do. So don't stand there and try to pretend like what the ANC is doing, it is not their responsibility. What the ANC might happen inside the ANC, it is not their responsibility. Everything that happens inside the ANC, it is the responsibility of the ANC. It is the responsibility of the ANC. Do not take that burden and put it at the door of other political parties beside the ANC. Chances are they are going to take you out. They are going to take you out after 2027. Chances are you are going to be thrown out. Do you think MK Party likes you? Do you think EFF likes you? Do you think the people that are inside the ANC, do you think that these people actually would prefer you to continue being in the GNU? They will throw you out. They hate you. They hate you.
Do you want the ANC will have two choices. We lose power or we bring in MK or EFF. That's the choices. You're putting them in the corner of the DA needs to get off their high horse. Now just park for a moment. It's obvious why the fight was me. And I tell you now why the fight was me, which I'll also include a poll. But they fought with Herman Mashaba. They fought with Freedom Front Plus. Do you know how honest those guys of Freedom Front Plus are? You shake their hand, and the next day they'll vote exactly how you agreed. They got honor. I can tell you that. Now, why is it that the DA is fighting with me, but I won't count because we fight forever? But when are we going to call the DA out for wanting to have it their way? When we grow up, every black person, every black man in this room can testify to what I'm going to say now. There was always this one kid in the street with a soccer ball. He's the only one with a ball. And it just so happened that he's the worst soccer player you can find. And that kid, when we play, beware your soul if you don't pass him the ball. Even if we're in a goal scoring position, my friends will say, gee, pass him the ball. Score at least. That, and we'll always pass him the ball to our own detriment. That
So we've had Gayton McKenzie.
works in a play park, but that doesn't work in government.
So we get the point of Gayton McKenzie. The DA is the problem, not the political party that has been in charge of this country for the past 30 years. This is the point that is make. This is the point that is make. I cannot believe that this is how this guy speaks. Like I honestly have a headache. I have a headache for shouting. I have a headache because I don't understand how this guy thinks. I don't understand how he thinks. And for him to stand there and to fearmonger South Africans into thinking that the decisions of the ANC are not their responsibility, I find that very disgusting, to say the least. It is disgusting. So guys, please tell me what you think about Gayton McKenzie in the comment section. Please tell me what you think on the comment section. Don't forget to hit that like button, and the most important part, guys, let's take the channel to 100,000 subscribers. Subscribe. My name is Thomas Mabaso. I will see you next time. Bye-bye.